Alrighty, here we are. Here we are. WLDL 2026, week 7. Here we got ourselves some Shreg 6 Reg 7s up against the Lemurs. Um yeah, it is actually the Lemurs this time if you watched my other cast. The Lemurs made an appearance audibly, maybe a little bit visually. But no, here they are. Lemurs versus 6 Reg 7. Always coming up with the creative names, Greg. Every year. Never fails. Um, yeah, but before we get into it, I mean, here we are, week 7 of WLDL 2026. We're in the Shard division. We're seeing some big punchers here. So 6 Reg 7 only defeated. Oh shit, am I? Oh no. Oh no. Well, they played some games and it's week 7. This might actually be spoilers. I apologize if the record is showing some spoilers. What number are we supposed to be at here for number of games? 12? No, week 7 means you would have 14. You know what? I'm not going to math it too hard. Let's just move into to what we know here. 6 Reg 7, very much a dominating team in this division at the moment. Able to pull out some very decisive wins against the entire division. I think this is their last team that they're playing. We're in week 7. I think we're just down to the last couple of matches for the week coming up. But I mean, Lemurs been around for some time in WLDL. No stranger to the tournament. And we all know 6 Reg 7 is sporting some OGs. Let's just put it that way. All right, so how did this go down? Here we go. A bit of flippity doo. Camera magic. Oh, by the way, if you're looking at the Lemurs logo and being like, why is that so pixelated? 100% Jamin's fault. Okay? For the record. Nothing to do with this caster. Here we go. The Lemurs. 6 Reg 7. I'm expected to see two good 80-minute games of these two teams battling it out, endlessly punching each other in the face. Respectfully, of course.
5 seconds. Hurry.
I got my tea.
Radiance ban.
This is the same tea bag that I'm using for my last two games that I casted. This is the budget for the stream. One tea bag for 4 games.
10 seconds to pick.
The Lemurs pulling out some very
5 seconds remain.
6 Reg 7 hero bans right off the bat. Popo, sorry, no hoodwink for you. And Tide Hunter, we see this hero quite often on 6 Reg. Tommy Toon gives us a nice, good, solid Tide Hunter.
10 seconds to pick.
It's a lot of stability, though, I think, with what 6 Reg 7 bring in their drafts. One thing the Lemurs need to watch out for in this caster's professional, just experience getting beat by these guys. Watch their illusion heroes. They are not afraid to pull out Naga Siren, PL, Chaos Knight. You need to have that illusion hero strat in mind when you're facing off against these guys. On the flip side, Lemurs,
5 seconds. Hurry.
what do they like to bring? They've got Zaddy. Zaddy's no shy mid player. Likes to play the mobility heroes, Puck, Ember Spirit, but also versatile as well. Some different ones. Think pulls out DP. Maybe I'm thinking Praetor's DP. I have PTSD from Praetor's DP. Just it won a little too decisively against us. We'll see how they respond. Lemurs banning out Nyx Assassin. They don't like to see that hero when it's played. Take a little bit of credit for that.
Naga Siren.
There it is. Without hesitation, 6 Reg 7, Uranium Heart, Naga Siren. Bam. I don't think they play it support. I mean, Naga Siren support,
Only 10 seconds.
in my opinion, very strong, used to be. The
5
illusion vision,
seconds.
I've talked
Hurry,
about this a
hurry.
little bit. The big nerf to illusion's vision range makes Naga Siren support not feel so good so much no more. But I'm pretty sure they're going to run it their usual position 1 Uranium Heart Naga Siren. Death by 1,000 cuts. If not, Reg 7, 6 Reg 7 have a funny way of just like applying just enough pressure in the early mid game that you forget there's a Naga Siren, and then Uranium Heart pops out of the jungle twice as big as everybody else, and illusions to boot. Protecting the illusion game, they're going to ban out Underlord. Very smart move. Underlord, a very good answer to Naga Siren. Able to be global, to apply pressure early, to kind of shut down her farm, get on top of her for some ganks really quickly, and then all these sort of like AoE, like they're Gregs want to ban out these AoE illusion killing heroes, Timbersaw, Lich, Axe. Like they're picking the Naga and they're defending it with their bans.
Only 10 seconds.
Is my microphone on? Yes. Hopefully everything
5
sounds and
seconds.
looks
Hurry,
great.
hurry.
Always welcome the feedback. What do we've got? We've got Warlock ban. We've got Ogre ban. Interesting on the Timber. Like, are they going to sport some tanky heroes? You ban Underlord and you ban Timber? Ranked heroes probably are happy with those two bans. Lemurs gonna pick up the Earthshaker. This was our attempted solution, specifically my attempted solution. I played the Earthshaker in our game against Naga Siren. You see the gameplay there.
10 seconds to pick.
You have to shut down Uranium Heart. You cannot let Uranium Heart
5 seconds.
free
Hurry,
farm in the
hurry.
jungle with Naga Siren. This hero has the ability to flash farm. Like illusion heroes, this is their benefit. Like a good player on the hero will know how to maximize the farm of those illusions. You have to shut it down. Earthshaker provides some tools and kit for that, but you
Only
get into
10
late
seconds.
game, and if Naga Siren's too big, the Earthshaker is not going to feel strong enough.
5 seconds remain.
Speaking from experience. Viper, I think, is a good pickup. You play the Viper with the Toxic Bath to really kind of control that right-click physical of the illusions. I think it could have potentially some good results against Naga. Provides good kind of like counter pressure for the mid game. Reg 7 do want to bring the heat for the mid game to give Naga space. Slardar is definitely a hero that can do that. I don't know. What is this matchup? Slardar versus Viper, this matchup.
10 seconds.
I mean, Viper just feels very, very strong for laning stage.
5 seconds
Slardar
remain.
does have the movement speed. There is the leg day facet, which I think, if I remember correctly, prevents or has movement speed slow resistance, low resistance on it, which can work pretty good against Viper. I think Slardar can apply a good amount of pressure onto this hero mid-game. But I mean, it's all very circumstantial. Viper, as long as Viper can keep the distance, definitely don't want to be spat on by a flying snake. Greg 7, gonna pick up Snapfire. Witch Doctor Snapfire is gonna be their support duo. Love to see it, right? Witch Doctor gives us that nice early game burst. Both of these heroes, high damage output just from their kit, right? Something you want in your supports in high tempo games. You want your supports to be able to help secure kills very quickly, just with some early levels in their ultimates. Necrophos, okay. I mean, gonna have to be careful if there's a nullifier coming out. Necrophos might not have the effect that you want against Naga. I mean, certainly the
10 seconds
Radiance
to pick.
feels good against Illusion Heroes, so if this Necro is gonna
5 seconds remain.
try to flash farm themselves a Radiance, it can potentially play well into the Naga. Um, Not a bad pickup, I think. Not a bad pickup. We do have CC like just kind of centered in the Earthshaker. If they happen to take a fight without Earthshaker, they might find themselves a little bit low on the CC at the moment, comparing to 6 Reg 7 who have a good amount of stun, good amount of lockdown out of their 4 heroes so far. Sniper ban. Ding 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 ding. Extra points to Lemur for banning the sniper out. Every game.
Ban.
All games. Ever. Ban the hero. Nobody wants to see it. Ursa being banned on 6 Reg 7, also a very like decisive ban. Ursa has just a uncanny way of just kind of winning lane, winning mid game, and even just kind of winning late game. It's like
5 seconds. Hurry.
it's just a really strong hero now, and honestly has always kind of been. The hero isn't particularly hard to execute. There are definitely like moments where like good decision making comes into play with a hero, but like the hero quite literally has the teeth. You can very much feel it when you play it. What are they going to do here? So Praetor, known for picking some interesting mids. I think that's what we're going to see here. Lemur's thinking about what has Praetor been cooking? Banning out the Legion. We fought against Legion Praetor. I think that was the game that we like. I mean, we didn't win the game, but we certainly like put Greg's, I would say, on their back feet. If I'm not being too self-indulgent,
Only 10 seconds.
Team Dagon put 6 Reg on their back feet in game 2
5 seconds. Hurry.
against Praetor's Legion. I think it felt pretty good. We had the Timber Saw, so they did ban out Timber Saw. Maybe that's kind of a bit of a tell. 6 Reg gonna ban out Void Chrono. Interesting. I like it. Late game Faceless Void can like if it gets there and it gets the items there, can really have major impact on fights. Chronosphere is quite a unique skill in that
5
sense.
seconds remain.
Definitely understand you want to ban that. I mean, I don't know what you. What's my prediction here? I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna pause it so there's time. What is Praetor gonna pull out here? I don't know. It could literally be anything. He's played an AM mid. Has he played a Ricky mid? He might have played a Ricky mid. I think I played a Ricky mid against his AM mid, and that didn't feel good. What is he gonna pull out? He's done some interesting ones. I feel like he's did a Wraith King at one point. What else has Praetor done? He did the DP. DP is not that surprising for mid. Let's see. Let's see what he's been cooking. Zaddy also going to be picking up a hero here. I don't think we're seeing Zaddy's hero yet. I mean, he might be playing Necro. Like, Zaddy just kind of, to me, feels like a little bit more of a, like, what's the word? Gunslinger? No. I don't know. He likes to be a little bit more stylish than Viper and Necro. That's how I'm going to put it. There it is. Storm Spirit, of course. Zaddy's a little bit more of a stylish mid. He's going to walk up with things like Storm Spirit, Ember Spirit, Puck. Just like flashy mobility, high tempo heroes, and definitely has the skill set to execute on them. So good jump, gonna be able to jump on the Witch Doctor.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
I mean, the control is gonna be a little bit scary. I mean, the net on Naga Siren gives Storm Spirit a little bit of trouble. Each one of these heroes can lock this hero down. So I'm gonna see how Zaddy is gonna be able to make most use of the mobility without the detriment. Praetor. Does Praetor plan ahead? Like, what is Praetor's thinking when he's picking mid? Does he like wake up on Sunday morning and being like, I'm gonna play this hero mid this week, and then like just pulls out? Or is he literally thinking about it till the very last second? Like, you got 20 seconds? Praetor, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? What does he want? I mean, the team kind of has, he just wants to, like, he wants to be the momentum driver.
Wind Ranger
I'm
at
gonna
your
pick Wind
service.
Ranger, honestly. I dig it. Reliable kill. We'll talk more about it in a sec. Let's look at these hats. Uh, what I'm looking for? Good mix match. Good mixing and matching. Mine is nice. Certainly nudity is not encouraged here. Uranium heart. But no, Levito. Hey, come on. He's been around a long time. He's got some skins. No reason we should be sporting ourselves naked in this tournament. This is a tournament of hats. 6reg7 know this. They bring the game. They're bringing it this game. Lemur's sporting some good pieces. Jamin, I see your fists. Divine Phoenix, I like that Viper. Definitely one of the better Viper sets, I would say. Necrophos, yeah, you're getting there. Cool face. Zaddy with the Arcana. It's not Arcana. Is it Arcana? Is the face an Arcana or is that Immortal? I don't know. I don't play enough Storm Spirit to know. I'm giving it a 6reg7. They've got the Shine, they've got the Glean. Tommy Toon. Those like goggles, those like steampunk goggles. Hell yeah. Okay. What was I saying about the draft? Wind Ranger. Momentum driver in the mid game. This is what 6reg7 has in store. They want to get Uranium Heart farmed up, cured for the late game. They're going to smoke up right away. Dire's side, 6reg7 on the plaid. Pirate? Miss you, buddy. Where's that podcast? I'm missing the podcast. Got long hours at work. I need a good podcast going again. Popo, Snapfire, Praetor, Wind Ranger, Uranium Heart. Wait, what am I saying? They do their own introductions. Why am I doing the introductions for them? They do their own introductions. There it is. I feel like we're missing one. Anyway, they're going to clash right away here. A little bit of a jump top here. Popo anticipating someone on the high ground, but there is none. A fun little exchange there. Interesting. Both teams scope each other out, create a nice understanding. This is my side of the map. This is your side of the map. Don't cross it. Lemurs, here you are. Gene Kayak. I feel like this is a new name on the Lemurs this year. Correct me if I'm wrong. Giving us the Necrophos. Zaddy. Warm Spirit, Levito on the Naked AA. Amen. Earthshaker, I'm watching, buddy. I was in your shoes against this team a few weeks ago. In that hero's shoes. The best of it. Divine Phoenix on the Viper. Alright. Bit of exchange bottom. Popo. Doing the blocky. Doing the bit of block. Nothing to watch for, right? This is what some high-level players muster up. They do a bit of creep manipulation. Trying to get that wave underneath the tower. I'm gonna see it though. I think it might have had also a reverse block there on the side, but equilibrium is reached. Alright. Here's how the lanes are gonna shake out. Good. Strong hero against the Naga Siren. Divine Phoenix on the Viper. Gonna be able to put a lot of pressure onto Naga. Backed up by Jamin. I like the range melee combo here. Oh, we have a disconnect. You want Uranium Heart saw the Viper and he's like, screw this. This isn't what I signed up for. No, I'm sure it's just connection issues. Mid lane? I mean, mid lane is always
Oh, wait,
like,
no, I couldn't.
there's always a battle. Like, I mean, yes, there certain heroes play well against others, but like so much so in the mid lane, the skill of the player is like, just feels a little bit higher than the other lanes in terms of how you have to execute. Both of these heroes, I think, have strengths in their kit that they're going to play well against the other. Certainly Wind Run, which I'm not taken yet. Gonna have to watch this. I mean, I'm not a mid player. I'm 1/5 of a mid player. Yeah. Um, both of these heroes have like good harass, decent damage. We do see the kill shot. Interesting kill shot facet. With the new facet on Wind Ranger, I haven't played it myself, but been quite popular lately. But I mean, kill shot, Culling Blade on range is like never gonna sniff at that, honestly. Sometimes that's all you need just to secure kills in the distance. We'll watch for that interaction. This is all Zaddy's fault. Getting into the mind of Zaddy right away. It's because he picked Storm Spirit. At least he's owning up to it. The tactical EMP. I mean, hopefully this. I mean, I'm assuming this is a replay. We're doing a replay of a match that already happened. Hopefully it all turns out well. Bottom lane, Slardar versus. I mean, carry matchup. Necro. Necro position 1, eh? I didn't notice that till now, but interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Look, I don't hate it. Um, I kind of like it. You're setting yourself up so that you're going to tempo against Naga, which I think is a good tactic against Naga. But if you fail to execute, your draft is looking a little thin in the late game. Now, I always have to remember, I've been in Dota for a long time. Certainly the dynamics of late game heroes. When I look at this draft, Lemur Legion's draft, it's lacking some late game. Really, Necro and Storm Spirit, even like Earth Spirit, all these heroes can somewhat scale pretty well. Certainly much better than they did 10 years ago. But Naga Siren, Wind Ranger, and like the armor reduction out of Slardar, like I'm looking at 6 Reg 7 and I'm thinking late game kind of in their favor. I mean, lemurs are on the clock. Lemurs are on the clock. I can fast forward through this part. Meow. Meow. Reconnected. Need one more reconnect. This is probably destroying my video card, even though nothing's actually moving. Clear the RAM. Clear the RAM. There we go. We're back. Radium Heart is back. With the power of post-game casting. Risk level 4 wins. Damn. Hopefully everyone is okay. Pretty windy here today, too. Up in old Canada.
Okay, back to video games.
The microphone is on. Yes, it is. Okay, good. Seeing action. We're seeing movement. We're seeing action. To pull in. Divine Phoenix gonna apply that Viper Venom pressure that hero does extremely well. Yeah, I mean the matchup bottom, throwing the Necro into the safe lane is gonna throw a wrench, I think, a little bit into the 6 Reg 7. Necro foe's definitely a strong laner. I mean, matched up with a AA, like I like that. There is double stun. We do have the Cookie Slardar stun combo to watch for. We're able to put out a lot of damage on Zaddy. Understandable. Wind Ranger. Really good right clicker trader for the laning stage. I guess Siren, Uranium Heart, gonna start pulling out those illusions. Apply some pressure. Maybe be able to make some space, get some, speaking of which, last hits. Like Praetor, winning it on top so far. Being trailed quickly behind the rest of the Radiant. In terms of kill potential, mid lane, always going to be a lot of tension between these two heroes. Necro's going to be, well, I think maybe to see how these stuns are executed. Good cookie into stun is going to do a lot of damage. Not to mention that Scatter Blast. Does have the Null Talisman to be able to heal up. I think once level 3 comes on Jean, we're going to see some more healing coming out. Good amount of harass by Libido. I just have to keep them at bay. Getting into the Viper is going to be challenging. But I mean, to actually get a solid decisive kill here, we're going to have to see a really good fissure. Getting into a Maledict. Going to be always a little bit scary. Popo. Some more creep manipulation. Look at this. 17 to 17, one deny. Raiders' favor. These two mids are neck and neck. Gonna contest. There we got a nice fissure to block off Uranium Heart. Gonna take some damage here, but 3 shadows are gonna work well for him. Avoiding more hits. Bottom lane, off lane, looking a bit low on that health. Does have the regen, but lots of damage to come out. He now is getting aggressive. This is what I was expecting to kind of see out of this Necro position 1. I'm gonna be feeling very strong for the laning stage. Ouch. And some damage. Going 3 into Power Shot. The Null Talisman, just want to nuke down Zaddy. You're gonna... Oof, it was close. It was close. Exchange between Jamin and Uranium Heart. Another blocked fissure, but not too much hits after. It's gonna be a bit tricky. I think Plaid Pirate is gonna start to feel a bit on their back feet. Not gonna be able to get too many last hits against this Necrophos. Already having almost double the last hits on Necro. I mean, the mechanic of being able to damage your opponents while also healing yourself is a super strong mechanic, especially in the laning stage. Fighting into Necro, unless you have some range and some like reliable sustain and damage, like chances are this hero is just gonna kind of overwhelm you. And that's not even mentioning its own latest. Just the sustain on the hero is just usually more than most heroes can kind of up against. Tune getting gone on here. He's at the casket and Maledict going out, but is gonna go down to the Viper Spit. Good kills by the Leaner, picking up that first blood on Witch Doctor. 6 minutes now up. Only 1 kill in the first 6 minutes. Bit of a tame laning stage so far. Both teams just trying to get the best of the lanes that they can. Likely not a big disparity in gold so far. Slightly leaning towards the side of the Lemurs, actually. Interesting. Getting pulled back here. This is a good combo. Maledict. One goes out to try and save. Does have a... Ooh, there's just gonna be a kill on the Viper, and Damon's gonna just be able to TP out of there, not taking enough damage for that Maledict to secure the kill. But Praetor moving in here. Quick early rotation at the 7-minute mark. Gonna be able to take down... I mean, that's an XP rune. That's an XP rune right there, guys. Oh, kill. Jean, Popo. So on the other side, both... Looks like they end up getting Wisdom. Libido ended up going there for a steal, so Lemurs are going to be able to pick up both XPs here. Good move on the safe lane there to get aggressive onto that XP. It was a good rotation on Praetor, but I know sometimes you just don't think of the timing, you don't look at the clock. Miss that really important objective. It was set up for them, but not utilize. And he got the bottle. Going Maelstrom on Windranger. Comes out to try and save themselves from this Viper poison. It's a lot of damage, but able to heal that off. Good use of the song. Gotta respect the Nagas, the Medusas that get their ultimates at level 6, and it ends up saving them. DD now on Praetor, making a move here on the top. Gonna get some revenge onto this Viper. Quickly showing them who wants to dominate the mid game early here. Has to be careful though. 2 heroes. We do have a rotation from Jean Kayak. The position 1 rotating and getting a kill, paying off. This is what we want to see out of this kind of swing position 1. Zato coming in here to also pick up the kill on Praetor. No, Uranium Heart. Praetor already died. That's a kill on Uranium Heart, the position 1. And they just want to apply damage, like Boots of Travel already completed at the 9 minutes. Or Necro. And Jean Kayak has come to play, making good use of that Reaper Scythe early. Despite being position 1. That's what we want to see. I'm not trying to be biased here, but in terms of gameplay, this is like how the draft wants to execute. You pick a high tempo draft by putting a Necro position 1. You want to keep that tempo right from the early get-go. We're gonna move now mid, pick up some. This last hit being met, same thought as Uranium Heart. I didn't see who ended up moving there first, but Praetor gonna try to get some revenge here. Nice fissure to block off. An Echo Slam to finish off. 3v1 there. Good spell usage on the side of the Lemurs. And Praetor in his place. But Uranium Heart, position 1, but also eagerly taking towers, matching tower for tower here. Doesn't quite have the same kind of push power as the entire Lemur Legion. But definitely making good moves to try and maybe put some pressure onto the map. Knows that just needs the mid game to go well enough. We have some TPs coming in. Song Siren is going to be up soon. Able to walk out of there. That's the haste. Vito dutifully picking up the XP in the bottom lane. But rest of the Legion gonna apply pressure to this mid tower. This is the kind of like pressure that we want to see. This is the high tempo Dota that this meta is currently showing. Quick tier 1 towers. Almost having a deny there, but I mean not quite there. We are going for a Radiance on Jean Kayak. I mean, you pick the Necrophos up against the Naga Siren. You want the Radiance. What better position than position 1 to achieve that goal? I think the Lemurs I think they're taking a little bit of gamble on it, but I think it's going to pay off for them. It's looking good so far. The Divine Phoenix working on the Blade Mail. Item to have. Return some damage.
Tower is being attacked.
Pirate getting A ulted almost. Now Lemurs, I mean, look at this. They went from top to mid to bottom. No hesitation. 12 minutes putting pressure on the last tier 1. Meanwhile, Divine Phoenix playing a bit of catch up here. It looks like they're going to get aggressive here. Goes the ultimate onto Praetor. Goes down to the Viper Strike. Mail goes out, and they're going to try to get some more here. Popo also going down, and Uranium Heart's just going to have to get out. This is not the usual Uranium Heart that I'm expected to see kind of farming, but I mean, Lemur's able to put a lot of pressure on, forcing this Naga Siren to try and make some early kills happen. Fortunately, to the detriment of 6-Reg. Losing their mid once more. Playing Manta style first on Naga Siren. Look at this. They're just moving and like they're running up to towers. Forcing the Gregs to react to these tower pushes. I mean, this is the boost of travel at work. Not far off of this Radiance. Honestly, this timing for the Radiance might... One good fight and a couple of kills on Jean, like... Boots Radiance timing is going to be insanely fast. See how Gregs react to this massive pressure that the Lemurs are able to put out. Maybe working likely on the Blink Dagger for Jamin, I'm guessing. Working on the Maelstrom for Praetor. We got a kill. Divine Phoenix finds the Slardar. And Viper able to kill down. It's probably just a Viper Strike.
Bottom tower under fire.
Fissure. I'm really impressed with how the Lemurs are just moving together. AA all goes out. That's going to be enough, and they're going to pick up the XPs. And that's two XPs for the Lemurs again.
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
Hey, where'd I go?
Getting good. Lemur Legion.
Bottom tower is being attacked.
This guy's been practicing. Damon's been cracking the whip.
Tower is in pieces.
Practicing. Getting timings down. Praetor does not want to be in this position. Wants to punch back. Wants to be the dominating hero. Do not underestimate this player. Cunning. In Kayak. Applying pressure mid. Moving with the team. TPing in onto Bad Pirate. And he's going to get four-manned. Raider's there, but he just sees a swarm of Lemurs that are unstoppable at this point. This is a snowball made of Lemurs. It's a Lemur ball.
Radiant's top tower is under siege.
Moving on to this tier 2, 15 minutes, and they've touched the top tier 2 and they're already touching this bottom tier 2. Moving together, applying pressure.
Radiant's top tower is under siege.
It's an interesting shift that they're doing between like four manning to 5 manning, 4 manning to 5 manning. It's like we're seeing a lot of sort of oppressive movement out of these guys. Boots of Travel doing work. Flynn is looking at this and being like, see, this is exactly what Boots of Travel gets you. Can't be arguing with the results that I'm seeing. Bad Pirate working towards that blink. We need these blinks to come out in our position 3s. Pirates position 1s and mids drive in the mid game. This Blink Dagger's completed on Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit? Earth Shaker. The other ES. Okay, so gas has been taken off a little bit. They do have the deep vision that 6-Reg known for. Looking for something, looking to apply a little bit of pressure. You do find Divine Phoenix here at half health. Maybe not finding him yet. The night vision, you just saw him there. Blade Mail goes out. Out goes the Moore's Kisses to secure that kill. Top. Lemurs able to find Uranium Heart on the top lane there. They're ready for him. Looks like it's going to be a 1-for-1, but I mean, that's Uranium Heart getting low down on the farm that he so desperately needs. Like Lemurs, they're executing. They're executing this draft right now. Maya completed on Zaddy. Let's take a look at hero net worth. Yeah, I mean, firmly ahead. Look at this Necro. 3k above his own teammates. Almost double the net worth of the next hero on Greg's. That is kinda nuts. Getting pulled underneath the tower. Kill. Zaddy ends up getting a kill underneath the tower here onto the Snapfire, but gonna have to dodge out there. Divine Phoenix. Ooh, Fissure. Enough to save? Almost enough to save. Let's secure the kill though with the power shot. And the Slardar ult to give vision for. Mostly like a synergy you don't really think about, but Wind Ranger, power shot. Zaddy making good use of that Kaya. Regen rune. I mean, that's like the Storm Spirit's dream, right? Regen rune. Right, Lemurs. Wanting to still apply pressure. Gene Kayak. Driving the pressure. X-Rag. Working on BKB on Praetor. Gonna be huge. Boomer Cape for Tommy Toon. Like a Siren working towards that Manta. Still a little bit of ways away. Recipe on Manta. I mean, understandably, it's one of the best items in the game. Very expensive these days. They're going to mount themselves a defense here. Gene Kayak applying pressure. Needs to be a little bit careful. Does not have any kind of direct... I mean, other than being quite firmly ahead, does not have a whole lot of itemization that makes them tanky. Can be potentially burst down. I mean, 6-reg don't have a great deal amount of burst. Oh, in goes Bad Pirate with the 4-man stun, but punished instantly. Out goes the Mortimer's Kisses to try and do some damage, but it's gonna have to kind of shoot them into the trees. Zaddy moving in now. Out goes the stun and immediate kill by Wind Ranger. Out goes the ultimate. Gonna get clipped by... Well, I guess they're getting clipped by Heartstopper Aurora, but... Tommy Toon putting out the Witch Doctor out to try to do some damage before going out, but that's 4-for-1. Looks like the Lemur is gonna be able to take their first tier 1 down. 20 minutes. The Siren now does have the Manta. This hero is farming, is gonna take a massive upshoot with this Manta. I mean, I would still have full confidence in Uranium Heart to farm themselves back up into this game. Lemurs cannot let go of the gas at this point. Moving themselves to the Tormentor, getting a good amount of timing here. Driving the objectives. Are seeing Naga creep their way up in the net worth. Taking the 3rd spot here. Close. Gonna have a shard on AA. Ice Blast freezes. Ice Blast freezes. I knew that. I didn't have to look at it. Okay. What do we want to see here? Divine Phoenix working themselves towards a pike potentially. think Viper needs... I want the eggs. Yes, yes, I want the eggs. I see it now. Just kind of needs to be a little bit more tanky in the ability to kind of move around a little bit with the eggs jump. Along with the benefit to corrosive skin, I think is going to look really good on Viper. Looks like they're going to smoke up. Popo gets caught out here in the smoke. Honestly, best case scenario. I mean, best case scenario is that they wander around and don't see anybody, but next best case scenario, they just find the support. Good job on Popo for catching that smoke. They're also smoked a little bit. We have the Blink Dagger on Slardar working towards BKB. Oof, good catch. Onto the Naga Siren. Damn. Keen Vision? Keen Vision. Keen Vision likely like caught them out and Zaddy was able to get the catch there. What my peepers perceived. Alright, Gene Kayak went for Yule's Scepter. Once again, not a big HP pool, but a bit of survivability. Might be able to save themselves from Mortimer Kisses. I mean, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, Mortimer Kisses is going to be what takes this hero down the quickest. Maybe like a decent Witch Doctor ult, which could be kind of tricky in terms of range. Like trying to get up to Necro is going to be challenging for Witch Doctor. Mortimer's Kisses can come reliably from the back. Do a lot of damage onto this hero. Yule's going to be a good item to kind of protect against that. And then ready with the Blink Dagger Echo. Doesn't look like 6 Reg are going to. I think they know what they need to do next. I think they're just like, let's get those items that we're missing. Let's get the BKB on the Windrunner. Let's get the next item on our Naga Siren. Gonna be an Orchid. Solid choice for being able to participate in fights soon. Really, they just need to last out long enough that Lemurs lineup starts to feel a bit lackluster. Not at this moment though. They're gonna be able to take down the Wind Runner. I speak too soon? I speak too soon. Oh, oh! I spoke too soon, speaking too soon. Beautiful ult by Levito. That's the mwah. I mean, that's what makes this hero fun.
Could be worse.
I mean, the kid on AA is fun, don't get me wrong, but like those long-range ice blasts, mwah. Alright, they're gonna attempt a high ground. No mid-hero to help protect now, so they're gonna attempt this high ground. Glyph goes out, lots of damage, and the Viper Strike, along with the Reaper Scythe, is gonna be enough to take down Slardar. Divine Phoenix running out of those kisses, but gonna be kept alive. That's going to be another core down in this high ground attempt. Where it's going to just have to muster what they can of a defense. Meanwhile, Naga Siren farming up, applying the pressure bottom, playing for the later game. If they lose a tower, they lose a tower.
Radiant's bottom tower under fire. Radiant have fortified their
And TP out. Not going to take any chances. In Kayak is out now. Now they're clicking. They want to see this. They're moving out. They saw the TP. They want to catch. Chain stuns. Almost enough chain stunning there to keep from Spirit down, but needed one more. Almost going to be able to pick up a return kill there. Good move by 6 Reg. Quick and aggressive once they see that TP. They're going to plant themselves on the high ground, muster up that defense so that we can have a late game for this Naga. BKB almost finished on Wind Ranger. This is going to be huge for Praetor. BKB is going to allow Praetor to move freely through the fight, getting burst down. We're thinking about Roche. Lemurs might be thinking about Roche. Getting the vision down. Doing some dewarding, warding, dewarding. Sets of supports. Playing the vision game. Right, so we got 2 Yule Scepters from Lemurs. I mean, Yule Scepter gonna dispel the Slardar ult off of you. Gonna be able to kind of control Windrunner when she's doing her one button bullshit, as I like to call it. Just made that up now. But I mean, some of these heroes just need to press a button and hang around, and they're getting kills. Wind Ranger definitely has the ability to 100 to 0 a hero very quickly. So Yule's Scepter being able to control that hero. Are you gonna pick up the Aegis? Also sporting a Yule's Scepter.
Over here now.
One more component for the Agnum Scepter on Divine Phoenix.
Bottom tower under fire.
It's gonna be huge.
Radiant's bottom tower is demolished.
I mean, this split pushing, they're starting to feel it. Uranium Heart.
Dire's middle tower.
First item Manta style. Knows how to press the advantage with illusions. I think the Lemurs are going to start to feel a bit of pressure once the map has been opened up like this. We're going to go up the high ground here. Going to finish off this tower.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Look at the Gregs. They're going to try to get something going here. Ultimate's going out. Lemurs kisses. Out goes Zaddy to cancel the Witch Doctor out. Lots of damage going out. Take down the Witch Doctor. Bardar buying back. EPing in. They want to take down this Necro. He goes down. They're able to burst him down. Zaddy also gets taken down but has the Aegis. Only 2 ready. Where's the first stun? Second stun? Third stun? Oh, but the echo from Jamin to kind of combo break there. Not gonna be able to save Zaddy, but almost well timed. Decent punchback by Greg Se7en. They did end up taking the 1 rack building. Not a bad fight at all. Aegis was used up on the Lemurs. They did pull a buyback out of the Slardar. I mean, I've seen this. I've played these guys. I know what it feels like to pressure the Gregs on the high ground, but starting to feel... I mean, I'm going to call it slippage, but there's definitely a better word for it. You have to watch out. This Naga Siren is going to start splitting lanes out. They do have the Boots of Travel to kind of help with the split push. But I mean, we are starting to move out of the mid game. Now in mid-late game. High grounds are being contested. We still have a few tier 2s up, but these fights are going to start to get a little more decisive as these bigger items start to come out. Magnum Scepter completed on Viper. Going to be able to punish any hero that tries to bite the Viper. Here's the Nullifier. This is the answer to the Necro pressure that they've been feeling. Vader is actually almost there, honestly. Like, well, Dominator is going to come out soon. Necro is going to have to be careful. There is some timing with Yule Scepter, and I think you can Yule Scepter for the actual, like it'll disjoint. I think you can disjoint the Nullifier projectile. So, Gene Kayak, fast fingers, hopefully. Might be able to still save themselves from this. Well, I mean, the name speaks for itself, doesn't it? Here. Just a few little spits up, Lemurs. Letting the Gregs know that they're still there. Ground is threatened, but Uranium Heart gonna do some split pushing here. Gonna cut some waves.
Coin for me.
And I have to be careful here. This is where the Underlord would come in so handy. Or the Lemurs, to be able to kind of move around the map as a group. Be able to stop some of this shenanigans here. The Gregs are doing. It's this split pushing, this sort of undercutting of their momentum that is gonna, the Gregs, rightfully so, are gonna try to keep themselves in this game. This blink out dodge there by Jamin. It's like they're catching out. There we go, there's that nullifier onto Necrophos, and Necrophos now, for the first time in this game, feeling some mortality. Right? Died twice? Only died twice in this game so far. But I mean, you see that nullifier. Kind of a big shift for the hero. Suddenly has to rethink how the Necro has been approaching these fights. That nullifier is going to do exactly that. Nullify the hero if given the opportunity. Uranium Heart has an Eye of Scotty. This, like, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Uranium Heart. Where did this Eye of Scotty come from? Like, I haven't been watching it, but like, making their way up the net worth chart, doing on the heels of this Necrophos, and I'm sorry to say it, but items on a Naga is gonna feel better than items on a Necro once we start to move into the late game. Here we go. Second Tormentor getting picked up by the Lemurs. It's gonna be a shard onto the Storm Spirit, which provides extra damage on shots to your allies. No. God, Storm Spirit, so many iterations. When this hero first came out, Oda 1 days, with the buff, just an AoE buff to the right clicks of your heroes, and that was like his main kit. But I mean, his ball lightning has always been ball lightning, and is always like, it broke the game. A hero that can move around endlessly just based on mana was like absolutely revolutionary. Unheard of. Praetor. Oh, almost taken down Jean. Oh, the Yules dodge. Fast fingers Jean. Oof, does not connect with the AA, and that's going to be 2 dead on the side of Reg. Ooh. I mean, I was seeing Jean's life flash before his eyes. You know, a kayak, whatever the life of a kayak is on the ocean. Here we go. The travels moving, trying to stop this split pushing. Uranium Heart doing what this hero does, and this is why you ban this hero, because it's kind of annoying. Meanwhile, the rest of the Lemurs gonna try to push up this high ground here. They don't want any more of this bullshit. They want these towers down. They want the racks down. This moment here, when they've got 2 heroes down, certainly a moment to do it. But gonna have to be a little bit careful. Divine Phoenix. Putting the damage down. This is gonna be a big team fight. Oh, blink cancellation. Probably by just the ice vortex there. Such a subtle but annoying, like, blink cancellation the hero does that you don't quite notice. Like, it doesn't take much for like the streams to become so busy with things that like noticing this tiny white shiny orb that's gonna cancel your blink is gonna. It's like Greg's gonna smoke up here. They want to find some blood. They want to step themselves into this game now. This is their moment. been on their back feet up until this point. They want to feel the shifting of the tide. Unintended.
Stupendous!
Goes a smoke. This is kind of a counter smoke here. Regs didn't find anything. Looks like they were happy to just retreat back here, but now the Lemurs scouting out, noticing somebody here in the top. Plaid Pirate
Radiant's middle
getting
tower
gone
is taking
on.
damage.
Was the ult, but there's nothing there. BKB going out to escape into the high ground here. That's what you want out of your BKB survival. Be able to walk out of that. Not too much committed. Do have a good amount of low cooldowns on the side of Lemurs. Their biggest cooldown is Reaper Scythe, right? Maybe Echo? Echo by 10 seconds. 30-second cooldown on Viper. Remember the Ags Viper that gave you a 10-second cooldown on Viper Strike? I mean, this hero has gone through a lot of changes, but I mean, the strength of this hero has shifted. The days when you had like Viper Strike on a 6-sec or a 10-second cooldown was like different kind of ownage that comes out of this hero. In Kayak, using those boots of travel to push back this lane that just, strangely enough, keeps getting pushed out. Look at these green arrows on this mini-map. Look at Uranium Heart, just like applying pressure simply just by moving illusions across the map. Pushing out lanes, scouting out the enemy. Looking for Roche, and there it is, just a quick up. Watching the spawn there. Out goes the roar. They know about this. Gregs, what do you think? Movement, quick movement. Praetor. Moving towards, see the rune. They're deciding, but I don't think they have the time for it. I think they know they don't have the time for it. They're gonna rely on their high ground. Is the prudent thing to do. Sometimes the timing is not there, the positioning's not there. Sometimes the enemy just takes the Roche a little bit too quickly. Testing Roche is an interesting, very interesting objective. Gosh, it's midnight already. No, I got one more game to do, guys. Make this a quick one. I'm still worried. This is a weeknight. Gotta work tomorrow. All right, another fire. BKB. Damage going out. Gene Kayak. To juke through the trees to stay along as possible. Able to walk out, but at the same time, though, Lemurs is making a move on the top. They do have a banner. And, no, disconnect on Uranium Heart. That's not what you want to see. What you want to see, there's got to be a pause here. I'm going to pause the game. Nobody's pausing the game. Are the auto pauses? No, they should still be able to pause, yeah? No. Oh no. There's the pause, though. I mean, that came a bit late. Naga Siren was very much alive during that. Like, songs there could have had some difference there. Not sure what the issue was. Full disclosure, with my 12,000 behavior score, see a pause on the enemy team, especially in a tournament match? Maybe they didn't see it. Jamin, pretend you didn't see it. We pretend like, oh, they have a disconnect after you take in their hacks. I don't want to see any foul play. I want to see a nice, good, fair match. Damn. There you go, Zaddy. There's that. Oh no, there's a disconnect. Feeling a little bit good. They're feeling good. Lemurs feeling a little bit too good right now. I mean, you have to hand it to them. Between the 0-minute mark and like the 30-minute mark, The lemurs did not put their foot off the gas. I mean, there was a tiny little bit, but I mean, look at this. Look at this activity. Um, like Bean on the Necro. I mean, I don't want to give away my MVP yet, but I don't know. I don't know who wins this. I didn't spoil it for myself. But I mean, the kind of pressure that the lemurs are applying from 0 to 30 minutes has been absolutely phenomenal, and just like executing their draft how they need to against this Naga. Conversely, though, you see 6 Reg 7. They know how to play with this hero. This lineup is no stranger to them. They know they're going to be on their back heels potentially. They know what they need to do to get themselves back into this game. This disconnect though is unfortunate. Okay, I gotta pump this forward. Nagasara back. Unfortunate, you have lost your top rack. UPS failed during this game. UPS? UPS, you're having your internet delivered to your door? I don't understand. What's a UPS? USP? UPS? IPS, Internet Service Provider. Okay, let's go. Unpause.
Back to the
6 regs.
indecipherable
Still have the Aegis. Ultimates seem to still be up. Everything except AA Blast. Reaper Scythe is up. Daddy dodging a nice backle shot there. And some good reaction times. Alright. Greg's, what's your plan here? Push out the waves. The waves pushed out. Try to stop. Try to get them split up, right? You want them split up. You want Jean to UP with the travels into another lane. You want to get a pick off on 1 or 2. You want to start to see this Naga Siren. I mean, look at that. Heart of Tarask. Well on their way to a butterfly. This hero is going to start to look very scary. And these illusions are just going to start, like, look at this, Levito. You poor squishy support. Might start getting overwhelmed just by the illusions themselves. Look at this. I don't think it's Naga Siren, who is it? I think it's PL.
middle barracks are under attack.
Yeah, PL has this talent where, ooh, look at this song coming out. Gonna just get themselves out of there. Does not want to get caught out. Smart move. That's the utility of that ultimate right there. Safety. In they go. 6 regs. They get gone on their high ground here. BKB goes out to try and take out Jean quickly here. But gonna get taken down themselves. Praetor now out, buying back immediately. Aegis did manage to get down. Zayada gets caught out. Stun's going out, and that's gonna be a quick 2 deaths onto the mid. That was mid for mid. Aegis down, but a buyback. Used on Praetor. Divine Phoenix trying to hop out. Gets force-staffed out by Levito. Trying to keep him alive. And they're gonna pull it back to the high ground here. Was an exchange. Was an exchange on for that high ground, but they did lose the Aegis. They also did get a buyback out of Praetor, so ultimately probably in the favor of the Lemurs there for that one. We're quite a bit ahead in this game. Quite the threat of this Naga Siren. Looking like they're still in good shape. Win probability 87% still for them, but it's wavering. Pretty consistently on their side. Looks like a bit of a waver now. The ground is gonna do that to you. Naga Siren still on the heels of net worth this Necro. Buyback status. Mostly full buybacks out, except for Praetor. And the greedy Necrophos. Buyback, who needs it? Who needs it? Absolutely nobody. Looking for the rune. There is a DD in the bottom, but not peeped yet. What are we looking at for items here? Interesting neutrals. If they pick up their... that was their... yeah, that was their third Tormentor for the Lemurs. Teleporting out, gonna sort out the lanes, push out. No Aegis to be had for some time still. Working towards an Agnum Scepter for the Witch Doctor. This is the item that you want to see in the late game on your Witch Doctor. Can provide a surprising amount of damage for team fights if placed in the right position. Have Agnum Scepter on the Slardar to make themselves more tanky. Eamon does have the Agnums. Goes the ultimate onto an illusion though. And they're kind of getting beat back by these nasty, nasty illusions. Looks like another high ground attempt might come out here. Looks, ooh, Scythe of Vice. I mean, every time I look at Naga Siren Uranium Heart, it's got like another 4K item on it. In goes the start there. BKBs are out. Out goes the Mortimer's Kisses. Kayak moving themselves back. Praetor trying to take down that Necrophos, but it's Necrophos going to take down Praetor. Out goes the Echo Sand to finish off that Void, but there's that ultimate I was talking about, but they're able to kill the Song, get taken down during the Song. What an insult. They're going to have to put out some buybacks here.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Lemurs able to take out the last building of that rack there. Plaid Pirate in with the stun. 3 buybacks now. And continue this onslaught. They're kind of short on ultimates. No Witch Doctor ult. No Mortimer's Kisses.
Dire's bottom tower is in pieces.
In goes Naga. They're going to get things started. Goes out. There's the Eul's Scepter at work. Zaddy able to get out. Eul's baby. Almost had a kill there onto Zaddy, but with a Vice, Bloodthorn, not enough to keep him down. Pretty interesting pickup for the Scythe of Vice. Looks like they're going to continue on to Necro. Is going to take some damage here, but Zaddy is right in there to get things moving. Protecting the Necro. Very nice move by Zaddy to surprise the enemy team. Parts. Do these stack? This is something I always have to check again and again with this item, because it's like... oh, out, nice stun there, a 3-man stun, and there's goes the follow-up Witch Doctor ult. Doing some damage, but not quite enough to get a kill. Praetor is back up. I'm gonna move forward, but they're gonna back it off. They're gonna sort out their lanes. They're gonna think about Roche. They did manage to get Megas? They did manage to get Mega Creeps, so Lemur Legion still applying the pressure. They're on a trajectory for a win, and they have not ceased off of it. They're playing their asses off, honestly, to keep the tempo up, keep themselves consistently taking objectives against this ever-growing Naga Siren. What do you got now, Uranium Heart? Bought out Agnum Scepter straight? No, but yes, that's your next item. It's going to be done in like 20 seconds. We got Roshan is up. They do see it. Wonder if we're going to see a Kun test here. It's going to be harder with Mega Creeps to defend against. This might just be another Aegis for the Lemurs. What goes the roar? What are we working on here? Sacred Relic on Plaid Pirate, potentially working on a nullifier of their own. Thought I'd been seeing the Agnum Scepter on, but we haven't seen the Agnum Scepter on Witch Doctor yet. Must have the Cleft. Must have the Cleft going. Not a big fan of the Cleft, honestly. I think it can be easy to like get not the right shot, like the 60% reduced shot on the target you want. Granted, it's 60% more damage, but I mean, like, a bit of inaccuracy doesn't feel good. It's good once you have the Agnum Scepter, then it bounces every which way, but until that point it can feel a little bit bad. Runner is down, but Popo trying to get some hits down onto it. Oh, in goes the Praetor right away to get things started, to get a flash kill on the AA. Out goes the Mortimer Kisses to follow up. Praetor running for their lives, gonna get taken down. Out goes the Witch Doctor. Oh, the Naga pushing in there. There's the Jamin with a big Echo Slam. Buybacks coming out on Greg Se7en. They still have the Aegis. Praetor able to take down Spirit. Only 2 heroes left on the side of Greg Se7en. Scratch that. That's it. Amazing. Amazingly played by the Lemurs, like. Color me impressed. Like, what did we have here? Like, this was like, look at this chart. Look at that curvature. Like, a mathematician would have troubles trying to find some exponential growth here. This was a very consistent. Look, the Lemurs had a draft. The Lemurs had a draft to answer to. No surprises what we see from 6 Reg 7. This draft does not surprise me. In this draft, Lemurs able to pull out like this very counter draft, I would say. You know who my MVP is going to? Like, props to Gene Kayak on this position 1 Necrophos, making some super early rotations. Look at this, 5-0-1 at 10 minutes. 64 last hits. Like, cool. Do that a bunch of times, right? Moving themselves into the mid game and even into the late game, just like very consistent pressure. The Lemurs moving as a unit, as a legion, if you will. 6 regs, like the titans of this bracket, of this division team, kind of put in their place, honestly. Like, it's only their second loss out of, I think, 12. But I mean, this, like, you gotta tip your hat to the Lemurs on this one. I think I mean, we had some disconnects. Like, there were some disconnects there. Certainly that high ground defense. There was that extended period of time where Naga Siren Ultimate might have been able to make some difference there. So, I mean, not great to see when things like that happen, but I mean, can't take it away from the Lemurs how well they executed this game. Definitely, like, mad props to all of them. Well done. Well done. Underdogs punching it to the big boys. Gregs, you're gonna have to bring something a little different. I mean, these guys, I've seen these guys and the different things that they do. I have no doubt they've got Prater in particular has things up their sleeve to like get themselves a win. They're not a one-dimensional team by any stretch. Okay. Let's take a quick break and we're going to get ourselves into game two quickly. I'm hoping you guys made it a quick one because this cat has to get up early in the morning. I'll be all right. I'll manage. Be right back. Okay, we are back. Lemur Legion, 6 Reg 7. Game number 2. All right, we see a really good showing. Game 1 from the Lemurs. Able to stick it to 6 Reg 7 signature Naga Siren lineup. Let's see how game 2 plays out for us. It'll be interesting to see how 6 Reg 7 is going to shift up their lineup. I mean, I feel like the Naga Siren lineup that they've usually done has been a tried and true
5 seconds remain.
solid working for them, and I think they might find themselves a little bit surprised. No surprise. Necrophos being banned out. First
Only
thing.
10 seconds.
Mad respect ban to Gene Kayak's Necrophos. Looks like they're going to go for the Underlord ban once more. 6 Reg 7 might once again be plotting on the illusion hero front. Respect ban on Popo coming out of that Hoodwink. I've been on the other side of it.
10 seconds to pick.
Hoodwink hasn't been as heavy in the meta as in
5 seconds. Hurry,
sort of
hurry.
iterations, but I mean the hero always strong with the kit that it has and always strong in good hands. Popo has certainly shown that in the past.
Dyer's ban.
Lemurs, Nyx Assassin, PTSD.
Only 10 seconds.
Love that hero.
Radiance
Love
ban.
Nyx Assassin. 6 Reg can also ban out Viper. I mean, this hero just kind of generally performs.
Only 10 seconds.
Right, I'm not going to say Viper performs well,
5
but I'm going to
seconds
say that
remain.
Viper performs.
Radiance
Right,
ban.
Viper does what Viper does. You know, if you just take that out of the pool, don't want to deal with that toxic
10
bullshit,
seconds to pick.
I think it makes a lot of sense.
5
Warlock
seconds
also going to
remain.
get banned. Very common ban that we're seeing. Very reliable support. Able to secure the laning stage quite well.
Dire
Lemurs
team
don't want to
pick.
see it. I'm going to ban out also the Witch Doctor. Bit of respect ban for Timey Toon there. Yeah. Interesting start. Interesting start. Let's see how these drafts unravel. 6 Reg 7 going to pick up the also common Razor. Been seeing this hero a lot, being played particularly in the off lane, also in the mid lane, and you know what? Also played in the safe lane. We've run it a
10
few times
seconds
in a
to
safe lane, and it's just this hero that
5
covers.
seconds. Hurry, hurry.
I want to say covers a lot of bases, but kind of
Dyer's
doesn't.
ban.
I mean, everyone's throwing a bunch of auras on this hero and saying, look, we've done our work. We've created a lineup around this hero. And I'm going to say, like Viper, Razor, this current meta of Razor and what people are doing with the auras on this hero, the
Only
hero
10
performs.
seconds.
Does it perform well?
5 seconds
It
remain.
performs.
Dyer's ban.
6 Reg 7 don't want to see the Timber Saw. So I'm seeing something similar here, right? These are heroes that are protecting. These are heroes that do well against illusion heroes. 6 Reg 7 has up their sleeves.
Only
Lemur's
10
able to pick up
seconds.
the Lich.
Radiance ban.
Definitely a good counter to something like a Chaos Knight. Not so much something like a PL, but still can have some effect. Interesting. The interesting dynamic of Lich, like the Lich countering Chaos Knot, but not so much of
10
PL.
seconds to pick.
And obviously that's about illusion count. That's about how
5
much the
seconds.
illusions
Hurry.
carry the weight of Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight needs those illusions to survive and only gets to spawn them once, as opposed to a PL. Brings out plenty of illusions and doesn't mind
Picking.
having to respawn them. Can kind of do it very, very quickly. So, very interesting interaction of different illusion heroes. Lemur's going to ban out Hide once more. Don't want to give 6 Reg 7 that sort of really solid core. If they
Only
had
10 seconds.
Tide Hunter and Razor, that would be a very hard team fight to walk
5
into just
seconds
based on
remain.
those two heroes alone. X being banned out as well. X ban's interesting. We see an X ban last game.
Dire team are now picking. Dusk.
Lemurs gonna pick up Tusk. I think Jamin plays the Tusk. Very strong hero. I was watching the PG. I'm gonna say PGA, but that's golf, isn't it?
10
PGC.
seconds to pick.
You know, whatever those pro players are up to these days.
5 seconds.
One of the
Hurry,
announcers says
hurry.
that like Tusk is like the best position for over many, many years. And I can certainly see it. This hero has some very interesting mechanics in it.
Dire team pick.
Just nicely mesh with the position 4 list of things to do. Have a bit of save, have a bit of burst damage, have some initiation, and even just some like trickery with the shards. The shards is a very interesting skill.
5 seconds. Hurry.
Se7en gonna pick up Dark Willow. Is this Praetor going Dark Willow? No, maybe it's Popo. This could feel like a Popo as well, right? I feel like if you're a Hoodwink player, you're probably also a Dark Willow player. Just generally. Same kind of feel in terms of supporting. Not to say that they play exactly the same, but I mean, they have some similarities. They're both kind of squishy, but they're also a bit kind of elusive. They both have really good burst damage out of their ults. And very decent, but kind of skill shoddy crowd control.
Radiant team pick.
Vengeful spirit.
Sreg gonna pick up Vengeful Spirit. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if the Dark Will is a flex. I wonder if Praetor's thinking I could play this mid, but also this is something that we can flex into a support role as well.
Only 10 seconds.
I don't think they're gonna
5
flex the Venge
seconds
into a
remain.
core. Definitely see a little bit of it. I mean, Venge 3 is always kind of in the shadows a little bit. Echoes of, I mean, you have a good lane, you get the Agnum Scepter, and you put some auras on the hero. But I mean, they already have an aura builder on the Razor, so that's partly the reason why I'm getting the sense the Venge is a support. And very unlikely to fit into any other position. I mean, but who knows with Praetor? Who knows? Praetor might just be cooking up a Venge mid. And I leave it up to Praetor to execute well on that. For the side of the Lemurs, I mean, what they're staring down right now is, I mean, they don't have a lot of meat, right? Right? Se7en's a little bit squishy at the moment. They do have a save in the Venge swap. Dark Willow, bit tricky to kind of nail down. And Razor ends up having a good lane, gets that sort of early Greaves. Could be kind of a menace for the
Radiant
mid
team
game.
are now picking.
Lemur's gonna pull out the Centaur War Runner. There you go. A big axe, but not axe. Just, Centaur. Okay, Centaur alt. Very great team alt.
Only 10
I personally
seconds.
love the Centaur War Runner alt. Just because it can like
5
get your
seconds
team in the right
remaining.
position. Even if your team's just a little bit off in positioning, you press the button. Wait, Centaur War Runner,
Dire team
Legacy
are now
key.
picking.
I think it's a C. Don't quote me on that. I'm very tired. My muscle memory is not. I'm playing the hero, I know. Zaddy, Puck. Here we go. Nice. Love to see Puck. Love to see Puck. Love this
10
hero
seconds to
personally.
pick.
Into Dark Willow. Dark Willow does pretty
5
good
seconds.
at.
Hurry, hurry.
You can put it brambles right on top of the phase shift, which can catch Puck out. Potentially. I mean, so Puck, phase shift. Dark Willow Bushes on top can still get out. I
Dyer's
think
back.
Blink and both the sphere will be able to get Puck out of that position before the Bushes catch. But if Puck needs to just like move even a little bit, it'll be an instant catch. Clockwork. Very solid, right? I like that. I like the clockwork pick. But now I'm a little bit confused. This is Dark Willow. I think this is a Dark Willow mid. I mean, they're doing some interesting thing. Greg Seven's cooking some interesting things right here.
10 seconds to pick.
I mean,
5 seconds
I
remain.
don't think Clockwork is going to be core. Very unlikely. But I'm not certain based on how Greg's drafted some interesting lineups. I do like the Clockwork pickup. I think it like provides a lot of good utility onto their team that they kind of need right now. They're adding some extra meat. They're adding some good crowd control with the unusual things that Clockwork does. Good initiation. Able to kind of control the Centaur Stampede, right? With your Cogs.
10 seconds.
Cogs, I think, is probably a really good counter to Stampede.
Radiant's back.
Just that physical denying ground from the enemy. But I mean, at the same stroke, though, they have a lot of ways to blink around, right? Lemurs at this point, I mean, only Lich. Centaur's going to get a blink.
10
And
seconds.
Puck's going to be able to have a blink and move through, and Tusk can also get through Cogs with
5 seconds. Hurry,
the
hurry.
snowball. So Lemurs still kind of have a means to be mobile.
Dire team are now picking.
I think it's a Dark Willow mid. What else would it be? Unless they're doing Razor 1? You're picking position 1 now. Dark Willow is mid. Razor's going in the off lane with a Clockwork. They're going to pick something with the
Only 10
Vengeful
seconds.
Spirit. They're going to pick something that probably synergizes
5
well with
seconds.
armor
Hurry,
reduction,
hurry.
would be my guess. Lean into that armor reduction that you get out of Venge. Something physical. Something physical. Like DK could be pretty good. Add another stun onto your team for lockdown. Never a bad thing against Puck. You want probably a bit more beef. Yeah. A
Radiant
really long
team
time to
pick.
think about this. They're going to go with Naga Siren again. Okay. I mean, I'm not wrong. Physical, right? Naga Siren does have the additional, like, armor reduction. Assuming they go... It's Deluge, and
10
Deluge
seconds to pick.
is movement speed, like, maximum
5
reduction.
seconds remain.
And Nuke, where the other facet that I think they're going to go is armor reduction. Does it do something else other than armor reduction? Damage?
Anti-mage.
Choose
Neighbor's
your
going to
hero.
take the anti-mage. Oh. Well, interesting. Okay, we'll talk more about the draft in a little bit. Let's get right to the hats. Levito, quite literally sporting a hat. Okay. Okay. Oof, this is a tough one. Honestly, both teams putting out some really good pieces here. Very cool AM. Zaddy's Puck is decked out. That's a cool axe on Centaur. Very cool fist on Levito. Oh, man, this is tough. Okay. Look, the Vengeful Spirit is cool, but it's like I've seen so much of this skin. A little too common to give too much props to it. Raider's Dark Willow, that space set is really cool. Razor looks cool. That's the one that I usually rock, I think. And we've seen Uranium Hearts from last game. Can't discount Tawny Toon's cool floating head. You know what? I'm gonna give it to the Lemurs. I just think they have there's sets aren't as flashy, but they got like cohesion. They got variety and cohesion at the same time. I'm just seeing a little bit too much of the familiar in the Vengeful, in the Razor, in the Dark Willow. I've seen these sets. There's nothing surprising there. All right, here we go. Game number 2. Lemur Legion.
Just a minute or so now.
Going off of a high off of game 1. Greg's gonna have to just show that the Lemurs, you know, they got lucky in their first game. They're gonna give him the Naga Siren right back. Here we go. Introductions. Clock Gregork. Grazer. Vengeful Greg Prit. Grega Gryron. And Grak Grello. Uranium Heart, like where he like pre-makes these. They know their draft even before they like enter the lobby. And he writes it down in a little notebook. Damon, Lemurs.
Seconds to battle.
Is he gonna be like, Lemurs attack? Getting a nice smoke and getting some vision out.
Some fun.
Very nice use of the smoke to get some vision control. Once again, meeting, but they're going to respect each other. These two teams know each other. You stay on your side, I stay on my side. Raider, not gonna go in here.
And resolve
Contest.
your differences.
Picks up the bounty. Nothing in return here. Rest of the Greg's coming in here. Gene hasn't scaled any skill yet, but goes for the blink. Out just in time. I mean, gonna TP back. Oh. Are we looking at a? Early, we're not looking at a position. No, AM's in pause 1. Don't be silly. Don't be ridiculous. Look at this double ward here. Those couriers are going to get spotted. Bit of a double up there, but you know what? See how it works out for them. Vito going to go through the portal, meet up with Phoenix. Uranium Heart, once again, on this Naga Siren. Not content with game 1. Wants to prove the awesome power of this hero. But wants a little bit of hand contact. Just gonna have to settle for that cold tower. Lots of damage done on Phoenix. This is common tactic with Ensnare on Uranium Heart. I've seen it. In the mid lane, we're gonna have Puck versus the Dark Willow. I knew it. I knew Praetor was gonna go Dark Willow. Off lane? Very kind of scary combo, honestly. Clockwork and Razor, I feel like, can do some real damage. Damon's gonna have to be careful in this lane. Ian has the blink. Gonna be able to get out of some sticky situations. But Jamin's gonna have to be the one that looks out for this. No? That's just it. That's a good Razor counter, honestly. Just disjoint that link right away. Get ourselves some last hits and denies. Okay, game 2. I got a mustering out. This is game 4 for me now that I'm casting in a row. I'm not gonna let my energy waver. Going into it's midnight here. How's this gonna play out? Are they on the puck? Gonna do this is an interesting matchup, honestly. Both of these heroes have some very good skills. Levito, early rotation here, 3 minutes. Let's secure the rune here. Not sure why Zaddy didn't go for the bottle rune there.
From Radiant's army dies, and a piece of evil incarnate is lifted.
Gonna harass a little bit more before going out. Both mid heroes do have the bottles, so there are gonna be some interesting contests for that rune, but Levito quick to help out the mid with that cure. I definitely like what they did with this centaur pick. I think it's a very good counter to Naga Siren. Double edges are pretty effective at clearing the Naga illusions, so Medium Heart gonna feel a little bit more pressured in this lane, I think, compared to last game. Bottom lane. I'm gonna see if they can able to catch Jamin, but I mean Jamin's a smart guy. He's not gonna get easily caught by this Clockwork. Clockwork does have the Windlace, does want to close that distance. It is what's gonna get them kills here. Jamin gonna be able to walk that one out. This Frost Shield is gonna be huge for him. I mean, I might almost even go and point in Frost Shield as soon as possible just to have that survivability. AM's in good shape. AM's not gonna have too much pressure here, just wants to be able to get those last hits. Zaddy? Maybe made a play there to get this rune here, but Raider gonna be able to pick that up off of the stun. Getting us a bit of a chain here onto Levito. Lots of damage down. Looks like a lot of pressure being applied to this off lane. More than I expected. Oh, neutral creep. Gonna take the kill on the Razor. Looks like they were getting aggressive on the side of the Lemurs. Tommy Toon pushing that cog into him, but that was first blood. That was gonna be first blood on the Razor, but neutrals ended up taking that one. We'll pick up the second kill there on the bottom lane though. Phoenix getting low. Double bracers and a regen, so this hero is gonna have some good regeneration. I don't know what the math is on a tango putting your bracers in, because bracers themselves do give you the regen. I'm not sure what the math is, but Mind Phoenix trusting in the backpack strat. Not too much exchanged in the mid yet. Both heroes a bit squishy, but also able to maneuver each other's spells. Looks like we're gonna have a contest for the Lotus here. Jamin's gonna go down to Tommy Toon. Jean able to take down Tommy Toon really after and blink after. Levito showing up to help. It's gonna be support for support. Oh, mid lane. Did not see it, but Zaddy able to pick up the kill there on Praetor. Yeah, I don't play a whole lot of Willow mid. Haven't played against it much. But my sense is that Puck kind of just has an advantage in terms of being able to put reliable damage out, cure last hits, and dodge some spells with phase shift. Once level 6 hits, though, I mean, it's up to Zaddy to ensure that positioning is right on this hero. Puck is a very, very powerful hero in the right hands. Positioning is everything for that hero. Going for the Battle Fury first. Up. Mind Phoenix. Gone on by his illusions, but pretty hard into mirror image. I didn't see what the Uranium Hearts build was in game 1. Seems to be leaning into mirror image very heavily. I guess definitely a good set of ice there to try and trap Uranium Heart, but able to walk out. Bottom lane, Jean does have 2 healing lotuses. Like we're getting a rotation from Praetor here. No vision to spot them out. But they might suspect something. Might suspect if there was a call. Both those they attack though, but ooh, blinks out right away. Dark Willow alt's gonna be able to take down the Lich. Secure a kill. Levito right there, ready to help out. Very quick rotations. Bit tricky, like, I mean, it's the rotation that you want.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
Probably got a couple of waves out of that, but see how that shakes out in terms of an advantage for either side. Stun not gonna connect on the right one. Bottom lane, we'd have a kill. Levito did not rotate in vain. Managed just to help secure a kill. Or maybe just take the last hit. I didn't see it, but all in all, good for the Lemurs.
Not fast enough.
Let's have this ward here, so good vision. Dark Willow. This is that time, right? This is the laning stage time, which is the first tower that's going to go down.
Mine.
Lots of damage being done. Zaddy getting a good amount of damage on the mid tower with that rotation. Tommy Toon managed to pick up the kill on the Lich bottom. Looks like they're going to get aggressive here. On the top here, Divine Phoenix getting leashed and pulled out. That ult is kind of made useless by that net, and they're able to take him down. Good counter to Centaur's ult, right? They have a few of those, right?
Dire's middle tower
Between Nagasari net, Brambles, Fogs, I think this Centaur ult is well countered. They're in some trouble. Raider getting leashed. Does have the... is here, able to put some spells out to save themselves. But Zaddy not letting up.
top tower is under siege.
Ooh, there could have been a silence there, but Raider able to use the terrorize to get Zaddy off of him. Just at the edge of it. Another catapult here. Let's see if Zaddy wants to make good use of this catapult to finish off that mid tower. That's going to help them open up the map a little bit. Uranium Heart. And gone on. Now we have Gene Kayak once again making this position 1 rotation. Takes down. Saw this in the first game. Gene Kayak coming in for a quick rotation. Tune putting out the cogs to mess them up. Poe. Poe. Linked in. This is commitment in Gene, but a little bit dangerous. Blink probably is... oh no. Level 3 Blink already. I mean, Gene has leveled this, skilled this hero to fight early. Here goes the stun. Levito Popo getting low. Uranium Heart is back, being able to blink and get out of there. They did manage to pick up the kill on Divine Phoenix. Bad Pirate. Rotating up here, trying to get a kill on Jamin. This might just be enough. Secured. With the hook shot. Mid, Praetor, getting low here, but able to pick up the rune. Gone on. Ooh, little cheeky move here, trying to get the burst damage out, but did not quite have the health bar to make that maneuver work. I like to see it. I like to see a position 1 that's able to, like, be versatile. Be able to show up for a quick move like that will just make all the difference. Blink to blink. I wonder if they thought AM into the Razor for this, like, particular interaction there. I mean, kind of makes Razor a little bit sad.
Radiant's middle tower is taking
Reaches
damage.
out, puts a static link on you, wants to hang on, and Blink is not having none of it. Wait, walking in here, wants to get something started onto this AM. Maybe thinking twice about it. Having 3 rotations now, Lemur Legion. Zaddy committing now bottom. They want to make a move down here. Leashed right away. It's going to be a Razor going down. Quick position 3 kill secured. Making their way up here to help with the defense. Uranium Heart also in this lane. Also a hero that is like... Many position 1s would like still be in the safe lane or hiding themselves in the jungle behind. But we saw this last game as well. Uranium Heart quick to switch lanes into a different lane to start pressuring, pick up that extra gold where they can, and it'd be interesting. Looks like Lemurs are spotting this rotation though. The thing about Naga though, she has a funny way of knowing what's coming. She has a funny way getting out of sticky situations. Raider is there. They're gonna commit a snowball onto Uranium Heart. And this is gonna be a bad position for Levito. This is the unfortunate reality of snowballs sometimes. Gets you into a bad position. They're gonna apply some damage onto this top tier 1 as they pushed back the Greg. Zaddy in deep here. Gonna secure a kill here. They're able to get a Chain Frost off. Only a couple of bounces though. Buck now in trouble, gets taken down before able to get out of there. Blind Phoenix now just gonna kind of have to run out of there. Lemurs are finding themselves a little bit too deep. The stun is there to cancel the TP. Another stun and he's gonna go down. Horse meat. Served. Alright, here's a crazy question. Being asked at 1 a.m. in the morning. I'm a very tired person. Centaur eats another centaur. Is it cannibalism? But if they only eat the horse part, okay, I'm really tired of this. This is going nowhere. Zaddy, TP in top here. Kind of alone. Is Zaddy aware that there are 3 heroes up here? Yes, very confident in themselves. If no... I mean, honestly, I'm guessing 6 Gregs see the puck there and they're like... There's an entire Lemur Legion behind them, but...
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
Queen Kayak does have the Battle Fury. Decent timing. And work themselves up to the late game. Very different look that we're seeing from the Lemurs in this game. Last game against the Naga Siren, they had a draft. Push tempo early. And finished the game out before Naga became too big. This time around, we'll pick the AM. They themselves are going to play a little bit into the more of the late game. It'll be interesting to see how that turns out. Willow has a Blink Dagger. Leash goes out, Centaur ult as well to get on top of this Razor. Does have the Grease, but it's already been used. Down he goes. Tommy Toon gonna try to catch and puck there, but could be slippery. Raider moving in here, wants to pick up. Saw that they were low. Swap here would be beneficial. You can try to keep something going, but maybe thinking twice about it. Gregs don't have a whole lot in the tank at the moment here.
Gold never
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
Meanwhile, Jean Kayak? Is it like a kayak made out of
Radiant's
jeans?
bottom tower is being attacked.
Or is it like the name Jean and then last name Kayak? I don't know. Every name has a story, right? Pirate? Is it a pirate that wears plaid, or is it a pirate that pirates plaid? These are the questions. These are the questions everyone is asking. Divine Phoenix. Does Divine Phoenix play Phoenix? Praetor? Every time I see Praetor's like thumbnail, I'm like, is this StarCraft? Looks like StarCraft. Linking in, catching this kill on the Centaur.
So much pride, so little
Radiant's top
talent.
tower is under siege.
Right, that's gonna be the top tower down, tier 1. Looks like both teams doing a pretty good job of taking down tier 1s. We're 18 minutes in.
Tower is being attacked.
One tier 1 left on both sides. Bean already has the Yasha working towards the Manta.
Under fire.
Comparing to our Naga Siren. This is
Dire's
interesting.
bottom tower is in pieces.
Last game they rushed Manta. This time they got the Yasha. Looks like they've shifted right to an Orchid. What is the thinking there? I'm not a huge Naga player. I mean, not more than any other hero, I guess, but what is the shift there? What is the deciding shift of whether you go Manta? You're behind, you get Manta illusions, so you can split push better to pull yourself back in the game, as opposed to an Orchid where you want to fight sooner, potentially move with your team, gain some mid-game momentum. Link's out. A bit more of a tame. We're not seeing so much like last game. Lemurs were running the show, moving around the map, taking towers down. I mean, tower-wise, roughly they're in the same spot. 20 minutes. I think at that point they took a tower, or they were pressuring top, but then they moved themselves back to Tormentor. Looks like this time it's going to be the Gregs that are lining themselves up for... Speaking of lining themselves up, Divine Phoenix gonna catch out the move here. Plaid Pirate not gonna be able to make it through the portal. Join the rest of his team, rest of the team. They just care about him. Too bad. We'll just take the Tormentor. Razor's expendable. He's got the Greaves ready, he doesn't need to farm. Looking towards a pipe for that little bit more survivability. Raider. Looking towards Agnum's Scepter. Alright. Late game Dark Willow. Getting gone on here. Jean Kayak. Engaging here nice and early to catch that Dark Willow out of position.
We're not stuck in court.
Didn't manage to get the wisdom. Didn't manage to get the wisdom. Never hurts to try though. I mean, interesting enough, both teams are kind of neck and neck in terms of kills. Kind of neck and neck in terms of towers as well.
Damage.
I do still have the tier 1 mid, but for some reason doesn't feel long for this world. Lemurs are going to apply this pressure to the top here. They're looking, but Gregs seem to be kind of focused in the bottom lane here. They're eyeing Zaddy. This is a puck. See what this chase looks like. Gonna catch him pretty good. Blink. Out. Violence. Out by the skin of your teeth. There we go. That's the power of puck right there. Well done, Zaddy. It was close. I thought they had your number. But I was just in a blink. I mean, level 4 phase shift an absolute must. Kind of time it with the blink dagger because it makes your escapes with the heroes so much smoother. Nice reflect on the stun there, putting Praetor in his place. Oh, but going in back again. Blink is working out pretty well for them. Looks like they're going to be finding the Lich here solo for quick support kill. Evening out 12-12. What items are we going to see here soon? Looks like a blade mail being built on Centaur. The Manta style up on the AM. Freedom Scepter being worked on by the Tusk. That's an interesting one. Tusk, I feel like, definitely has some options for itemization. The choice to rush Scepter, honestly, is probably not bad this game. I mean, you want to rush Scepter so you can able to kind of throw out heroes, enemy heroes, out of the fight. The enemy team has like a Bristleback. In this case, I think a Razor, Clockwork, are decent targets to boot. Right, you just get them out of the fight for a few seconds and you kind of make them useless. Heroes that kind of just want to stand in the middle of the fight and be a nuisance. The kind of heroes that you want to boot out. You can also catch enemy heroes out in a bad position. Situation there, you could boot Dark Willow out. Kayak going and gets stunned up here, stuck in the cogs here, and stunned out. Wants to find the blink, able to do so, but getting stunned next to Razor. And that might be enough. It's close. And gets another blink off. Very narrowly scaling out their life. Now it's going to be Dark Willow going down. No, that was Levito going down. Tommy Toon going down to Zaddy. Locking in the Razor in place.
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
Nice little shift here. Going in. This is going to be a return kill. 3 down on the side of Greg's. Overall, good fight for the Lemurs. Seeing this puck perform well.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
Working now towards a butterfly 4 AM. It's going to be kind of scary for Greg's. I mean, certainly an answer to that is Bloodthorn, which Uranium Heart is undoubtedly going to get soon. Which might just be enough to catch down. I mean, Naga Siren against AM. If Naga Siren gets just too big, I think AM is going to have some troubles in the late game in that matchup. AM doesn't want to have to buy an MKB, and Naga most certainly is going to buy a butterfly. Kind of looking like they're going the same items before, so they did finish the Manta style. Now going towards the Scotty. It is an interesting one, honestly. I definitely get the idea of getting a lot of stats, because your illusions love stats. Illusions themselves will proc the Scotty debuff, so it's pretty good. It makes your illusions probably much more scarier, because then they're also slowing down movement speed and able to stay on top of their targets, making it very uncomfortable for any squishy support. Some good damage. Like, that's just illusions right there, right? Like, this is why Naga late game just can get so scary, but I mean, scary trying to swap them out, but I mean, Naga getting caught out there can get the better of the AM, but there's gonna be a full team fight here. In goes the clock, trying to get Puck, but he's gonna get away. Opal gets the heal. There's a nice AM ult there, but not quite enough to take anybody down. Jamin gonna go down to hits from Praetor.
Radiant's middle tower is being
Huge fight for the side of Greg Se7en. Lemurs I mean, there are a few good exchanges in game one, but I mean, this was a very, like, sobering fight, I think, for the Lemurs. That Naga was no joke with how much damage it was doing to AM. They did end up taking them down, but I mean, then shortly after, 3 heroes down on their team. Big shift for the side of Greg Se7en. Look at this chart. These are the charts we kind of want to see. I did not look at net worth yet, but we're seeing AM on the top here. I mean, both AM and Naga Siren are S-tier farming heroes. I mean, those heroes can just absorb so much farm off of the map very quickly. They're definitely going to be going neck and neck. As I mentioned, though, I'm a little bit worried for AM in the late game against Naga. It'll kind of be up to AM's team, the rest of the Lemurs, to kind of help them through that. Certainly the puck is going to be huge. Might want to see something like... Dream Coil doesn't actually leash illusions, does it? I don't think Agnum Scepter puck would be a solution to illusions. It might be, though. Could be wrong. Illusions might maybe get affected, but if it does, Agnum's puck probably a pretty good counter to illusion heroes.
Radiant's middle tower is taking
Provided
damage.
puck can get late game enough. I mean, the Agnum Scepter on puck tends to be quite a late game item. Like, there's just a few items that you get on the hero first. Link Dagger, Witchblade, and probably even, I mean, certainly the Yules is a extra. Got a big fight breaking out here at the bottom. They might be able to catch Tommy Toon here, but no, it's going to be the AM and the Centaur that end up going down. AM got pushed down much sooner. I didn't see how AM died. It's continuing on here. Gregs are going to apply a lot of pressure onto this bottom tower. Naga Siren moving with the team. Did not see a whole lot of this in game one, but
Radiant's bottom tower is
the Greg's definitely looking at a much better position this stage of the game than in game one. Lemurs were just not able to apply the same kind of pressure they did in game one with the Necro. I mean, you can't sniff out what this AM's contribution has been so far, but looks like the Gregs are going to secure this first Roshan fight uncontested. Bean Kayak working towards that butterfly. Of Aegis on the Naga Siren. This becomes very tricky. AM has a very tricky game. People like throw a lot of shade at AM players, but this hero kind of has some weird dynamics to it. You have the very good element of split push. Ooh, I did not see. Looks like Levito got caught out there, hanging around by himself. Greg's finding him out. I think we got some pings. They do see the AM here doing the split push. This is what AM wants to do. And the team fights don't look very decisive. AM wants to split push. Right? If you're AM and your team cannot team fight the other team, your solution to that is to split push and split them up. And the reason why a lot of people don't like AM players is because that feeling of like abandonment and the choice to split push instead of to team fight. But oftentimes it is the right choice. Let's see how the Lemurs are going to kind of pull themselves together for this mid-game. Starting to look a little bit scary for them. Good ult off. Good amount of bounces onto the Razor, but that pipe is doing work for him. Tommy Toon getting low, but able to eke out of there. They managed to catch the puck. Raider now in to get some damage out onto the support there. They do have the Glimmer Cape to keep themselves safe. Raider just gonna have to walk this one out. Meanwhile, Mind Phoenix going in deep, trying to secure a kill here. Looks like that's gonna be a 2-for-1. Good showing for the side of Greg's. 8k net worth lead. They're going to start to apply some of their own pressure. The is completed on the Naga Siren. We do have the Agnum Scepter on Levito. Let's see if we see some nice boots up into the high ground. Starting to displace. The displacement is such a nice mechanic in Dota. One of the many reasons why Pudge is the best hero in the game is the displacement. Oh, looks like Animage gonna come through the portal. Wants to do a bit of
Radiant's middle tower
wave cutting here, I'm guessing. Oh, looks like the Lemurs are gonna go in for a fight. Interalter in, but it looks like the puck's gonna get caught out right away. The ability to get out there, Divine Phoenix regretting that initiation. This looks like a very, very decisive fight for the Gregs. Okay, I'm just gonna have to kind of play on the outskirts, but this is the disadvantage of this hero. Does not look very, very strong in the face of a losing battle. Going in now and trying to secure the kill on to Jamin. Does go down with a dive past the tier 2, and 2 heroes down with nothing down on the side of Greg's. And AM can only split push. This is tricky.
taking damage. Radiant's top tower is under siege.
It's like Greg's gonna take down tier 3 tower on the high ground here. Lemurs are up shortly here. They're gonna try to get this one rack before I'm assuming is gonna be a swift exit. Oh, never mind. They're gonna move to the mid. You still have Aegis, right? Plenty to still work with. Ultimates are up. There's the boot back onto the Naga Siren to try to get her into a disadvantaged position, but I mean, not the result there. Divine Phoenix getting swapped in and have to ult themselves out. Ringcoil does go out onto 2 of them. We do have the Clockwork going in. Zaddy getting low, but able to pull themselves back. And now, Jean, hate to see it, but there's your counter. And Gregs are going to be able to secure a decisive victory here in the team fight and potentially in the game. Right to the Megs? No, they're gonna go for the bit of both. Hit both. I mean, the armor, like this armor value is quite high. +8 armor, even just one set of barracks, puts a lot of resilience to these mid towers here. So the incentive to take down all the racks. Ooh, we got the boot back onto Praetor. It's out the magic damage though, and gonna punish them. That's megas. I mean, that's the kind of high ground that you want to execute, right? Just a nice, clean 1, 2, 3 racks down. Didn't really have the tools to kind of make an effective high ground defense. I mean, there's one disadvantage of AN. If you just lose enough team fights and don't have the split push, it's like very hard to come back from. An interesting shift that we're seeing here. Ultimate's going out, one last fight. Looks like they're gonna fight it out. 2 heroes down. They do manage to get down Venge. Clockwork goes down, 2 buybacks on the side of the Lemurs. They want to fight this out. Phoenix getting the blink stun in, booting the Plaid Pirate back, but here we have a song. Getting themselves in position. They're going to be able to take down the Heroes Gene, fighting for their life. Trying to take down the Naga, but has to blink back, does not have the ability. Naga's Uranium Heart trying to finish this down, does not want to have to come back after a death. Getting booted back. Bad Pirate trying to finish this off. It's so low. 150. 2 more hits. He's not going to be able to get it off. Gets it off. 30 health. 30 health. 32. Tommy Toon saw it. Somebody sneeze on the Ancient. I was gonna get to bed at a semi-unreasonable time. Okay, this isn't over. This is not over. Let's make this very clear. Okay? Defense of the Ancient. Is the Ancient dead? No, so it's not over. Name of the game. I mean, the Lemurs in a very challenging spot here. Up against a Naga Siren who can kind of just send a whole wave of illusions at the Ancient. Kind of a bit scary. Gene is gonna have to pull some kind of a miracle here. Miracle of split pushing, trying to just throw them off kilter. Certainly not die. Goes in, tries to get Kiron Crater. Getting something initiated here. Blinks out. Centaur ult to try to get them to safety. The rest of the Gregs looking, see if they want to chase, but I am a hard hero to catch. Did poke the bee's nest, but you kind of have to do that some more, right? You don't want the circumstances where Greg Se7en is at your Ancient, with your Ancient exposed the way it is. They're going to opt to go for the Aegis in a very prudent move. Let's see if Lemurs are going to decide to contest it. It looks like they are. It looks like they're looking. Not have a smoke to kind of cover themselves in the approach, but like they're just gonna have to back themselves out. It's gonna be this very narrow high ground defense. There is a banner as well, right? Very challenging defense. Good regen though. 12 regen on your Ancient. This Ancient is almost 40% back up. But look, they're checking all the boxes. Going for high ground again. Get the vision up. Reward their vision. Get the shrine. That's discipline right there. Great. Lemurs. I'm gonna make one last stand here. Hoping for more stands, but mountain of odds against them. 98%. Divine Phoenix getting swapped in, having to use the center ult to get back in position. They do commit the coil onto the support back there. Levito just gonna have to try and blink out, but gets killed. There's the buyback to try to get some things started. Out goes the Rainfrost to try to mitigate the amount of illusions. They're slowly moving towards that Ancient. A Pirate, BKB out. Damon goes down, and now the Gregs are hitting on that Ancient to finish this off. Glyph goes out to try and slow this down, but the Naga is alive and healthy. Still, AM's in there, fighting for their life. That was the ultimate. What a turnaround. And then Naga gets taken down with the Aegis, surrounded by the Lemurs. Booted back. Wrong. Escape. Alright, I don't get to go to bed yet. That's fine. I'm sure this is going to be an epic comeback.
Radiant's ancient is under attack.
This better be an epic comeback, Lemurs. I mean, good on you. This is exactly what you should be doing. Awesome job. I'm amazed. Very nice defense. Remember the days when Naga Siren could just press Song and then take out the Ancient? Sometimes. It was not broken at all. No. Completely reasonable. Do the buildings fall asleep? That doesn't make any sense. Bean? Gonna do a bit of a contest of the position ones here, but we're seeing this matchup at work here. This is why Naga kind of bests the AM in the late game. Not 1v1 fight. AM instead gonna have to rely on that mobility, being able to get on the back line and kill the rest of the team. I mean, Lemurs did it right. They took out the rest of the Lemurs and then focused down the Naga Siren and the Ancient. It'll be blink outs, so they're gonna try to get some more fights in here. Not everyone is grouped up. Naga Siren not in yet. The Pirate trying to get the execution kill on Levito. It's going to be a dieback. 4v5 for this. Third time's a charm. Shin has recovered quite a bit of health. The silence. Yules to dispel. Phased out. Escapes. The Ancient. Nowhere to go for the Ancient. Goes the ultimate to try and stir some things out, but Uranium Heart is strong and is right-clicking that Ancient. Frost is making its rounds around, but the Siren's singing. Regrouping. I'm gonna try and catch AM, but AM is a little bit outnumbered here. Not going to be able to make the play. GG is called, and down goes the Ancient. Wow, wow, wee. Oh. Very nicely done. What a series. A nice back and forth. 1-1. I mean, okay, so I gave out MVP last game. I need to do the same this game. And honestly, this is kind of a tricky one. I mean, Raider's already gotten his fair share of MVPs. There was a shift, okay? I was mentioning it before. There was a shift in Uranium Heart strat here. I'm really curious about it, and it worked out well. I mean, last time the graph kind of consistently in the Lemurs' favors. It wasn't a drastic shift, right? Lemurs, game one, kind of a nice consistent up, and they executed well to kind of keep the draft of Greg Se7en down. This time around, like, I don't think the Gregs did much different for their draft. I'm thinking about what their last draft looked like. So we have Centaur, no, sorry, we have the Slardar instead of a Clockwork. I mean, there are definitely differences here in this draft, but I mean, kind of similarly, I don't think there's a big difference between Dark Willow and Windrunner in terms of what they were bringing. Like, both heroes have the means to kind of move in and out of battles pretty effectively and try to slow down a single hero. What was Praetor's build? I actually kind of lost track of Praetor's build. It was a Mask of Madness. Interesting, a late mask. I know Flynn does this as well. who also plays Willow quite frequently. For some reason in my mind, I feel like the mask at this stage of the game is late. But I mean, I can't argue with results, right? Look at the kill difference. 4 or 5 kills, 6 assists, and then just like 15 minutes later, like triple, quadruple all that. So Prater really like pressing on the gas in that final push there. MVP. You know what? I feel like supports are a little bit unsung. I feel like there needs to be like a specific MVP support. I think the Clockwork was doing a lot for them. Same with Avenge, right? We saw some good swaps for save. I mean, Plaid Pirate, Razor, Auras, I mean, it performed. Hero does exactly what it needs to do. It buys auras, it has auras, and yep, there they are. I'm gonna give MVP to give it to Popo. I'm really tired, so I'm not great at thinking about the reasons why, but A, support needs it, and B, altogether, the Gregs really pulled themselves in the second game there. Lemurs, I think, had a bit of a challenge. I think their draft did not like their first draft countered what Gregs were doing. Second draft kind of played a little more into it, right? I think the AM pick was a bit it performed well and certainly executed well, but it couldn't face up against Naga Siren. It couldn't kind of team fight. Once the Lemurs lost 1 or 2 heroes, the AM kind of was at a loss. I mean, maybe could take out one hero themselves, but I mean, it's not like a Sven or a an Omni Slash or like some of these like big pause one fights, like team fight ults that can like solo kill half the team. AM kind of has troubles doing that. There's not necessarily really a great like mana bomb that AM kind of relies on for team fights to be effective in like team fights. Like a Skywrath or an OD to just detonate and do massive damage. I mean, I think the build was right, but I mean, AM kind of always has this tricky part to them. Like since the Helm of Dominator kind of became a thing, I'm always kind of like feeling like AM, the build of Battle Fury, like it's conceptually it's still quote unquote works on the hero. But I think the hero now has some different options that might kind of work better into the early game. But I mean, AM was active, right? Gene Kayak was super active early, like did not slow down despite just having Battle Fury, like got engaged in fights, was still farming up, applying pressure. It's just kind of a hard matchup, honestly, Naga to AM. One that I would want to play into. But hey, here we go. Week 7. Hope you enjoyed. I gotta get myself to bed. I gotta be up in like 5 hours. I don't know what I'm doing, but hooray. WLDL 2026. Check us out. Team tagging. We're playing the Deckers tomorrow. I'm gonna be so well rested for that. Check it out and check out some more WLDL action. We're gonna be moving into the playoffs next week, but in the week after or something like that. Gonna be good. We're gonna see some of these teams going for round 2 against each other, already kind of feeling out each other, seeing what they're playing, seeing what their changes they've made.